Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. The last time I saw you guys I was 28 weeks pregnant, and if you wish to see how big I was or what my belly looked like, although I thought I was like really huge, and you know, of course in my eyes, but I don't think it compares to now. And of course now I understand why some of you said, you know, you do not look huge. And indeed, you know, I wasn't that huge compared to so many women I've been seeing, you know, on my Instagram or, you know, on the streets, and I'm like comparing my belly to. As of today, I am 32 weeks pregnant, 32 weeks and 5 days. So in 2 more days, I will be 33 weeks pregnant. So this update is going to be from 28 weeks until 32 weeks. I'm gonna cover, you know, all my symptoms, you know, everything that happened during the week, these weeks as usual. So let's go ahead and start with week 28. So for week 28, the baby, according to these pregnancy apps, the baby is supposed to be the size of an eggplant. 28 weeks, you know, for me it marked my, you know, the beginning of my 3rd trimester. Once I reached 28 weeks, I don't know, there's a switch, there's the baby switch that has officially turned on. Like, you know you're pregnant, you know you're going through physical changes, you know you're buying stuff for baby. But for me, it really sunk in, as you know, as soon as I reached 28 weeks. And I sat down with my husband. I was like, babe, listen, we are going to have a baby. There's a human being growing inside of me. That part alone kind of freaked me out. I know that I have stated in previous vlogs that my level of anxiety has been rising slowly but surely. But now it's like to a whole other level. Now that I know I'm in my 3rd trimester, now that I know that, you know, as of today and as of this Thursday, I will be 33 weeks, and meaning that I only have like more or less 7 weeks left. This is mind-blowing to me. So in 7 weeks or less, I will be a first-time mom. I am super excited. I don't even know where to put myself. I barely sleep at night. Now I don't sleep at night. All I do at night is just think. Okay, what am I gonna do for my baby? The things I'm like, everything related to that baby. From, you know, when I'm gonna give birth, who I want in the room, who I don't wanna come in. Like, it's been like tons of things, you know, birth plans and stuff like that. So during the 28 weeks also, one of my highlight was the fact that I was finally able to capture baby, like a legit baby movement, you know, on my iPhone. And that was so special to me because during the, you know, before the 28 week mark, like, I've had little videos, but I've never, like, you know, really posted them on my Instagram page, and I will post the link of my Instagram page below. Before that, like, every time I would try to take the camera and film, it's almost like the baby has a mind of its own. Every time I pick up the camera and suddenly, you know, no movements, or I pick it up and then the movements are like very subtle. But by the 28 week mark, like, that baby literally showed me that, you know, I got moves. So since then I've been filming and stuff like that, you know, the moves are more well defined, and like, you know, 28 weeks I got a good shot. But now, like, as of, like, you know, almost 33 weeks, the kicks are hard. So I've been enjoying the moves. I've been really enjoying. My husband has been enjoying. Like, before, I used to be the one to tell him, hey, you know, come and put your hands. But now I don't really have to tell him to put his hands, because he wants to put his hands on my belly and he wants to feel the baby kick. Like he's like, okay, I haven't felt the baby kick today, so let me just put my hands. And to me, that's very cute. That's a very bonding, you know, that's a bonding moment, and it means a lot to me. Those, you know, cuddling times, you know, going by the beach, walking by the beach, these moments are crucial. And I encourage any of you ladies who are pregnant or are planning to get pregnant, you know, once you get there, to make sure that you spend some time with your partner, because once that baby comes, it's not that you're not gonna spend time, but your focus is gonna be definitely on that baby. And I'm talking as if I'm an expert. I'm no expert, but it definitely makes sense that, you know, you want to spend a lot more time with your partner as of, you know, a way to kind of put a closure to the idea of only the two of you as a unit. But now it's gonna be the 3, the 4, the 5th, whatever, how many kids that, you know, you're having. So for us now, it has finally sunk in that we are going to be a family of 3 in this household. So another thing that was very particular to my 28 weeks mark, I started to watch don't call me crazy or anything, and I think that any mother who have gone through pregnancy loss can relate. Like, once you know that you have lost 1, 2, 3, 4 babies, then your anxiety level is multiplied by like 1,000. You know, you constantly worry at each level of each week of your pregnancy. It really started to be a thing, and still today I'm doing it. Like, I'm like, okay, you know, what if the baby, you know, decides to come at 33 weeks? What is the baby going to look like? What are the chances, you know, of survival? You know, what are the, you know, the medical complications that comes along with a baby being born at this stage, at this early stage, preterm, to be more specific. So this is what I started to do. And some people, I mean, my husband is in particular, you know, would tell me, you know, stop doing that, because I feel like that makes you even more anxious. But I'm like, no, you think it makes me anxious, but it actually calms my nerves down, because I know, like, I'm the type of person, because of my anxiety, I have to know, I have to, you know, research, I have to ask the doctor, I have to ask any other medical professional, you know, anything that pertains to my specific situation. So knowing what to look forward to if my baby is born at was to be born at 28 weeks was somewhat reassuring to me. Anyways, for the 28-week marks, also according to the pregnancy apps and all the information out there, they do tell you that it might not be uncommon for you to start experiencing Braxton Hicks. And so far at this stage, I did not experience any of it. Now that I'm almost 33 weeks, last night, though, I went to this store called Bye Bye Baby, and I started to browse around and walk a little bit. I can no longer spend more than, like, seriously 10-15 minutes max in the store. As soon as I pass 15 minutes, my whole, like, I feel like my whole belly is like hurting. I feel like it's pulling apart. My feet hurts, and I don't know if it's the weight, you know, so much weight for my frame. So after 15 minutes, I literally have to leave the store and go home and rest, because I feel like my whole belly is hurting. And yesterday I thought I had felt a Braxton Hicks, but I don't think it was it, because as soon as I sat in the car to leave to go back home, nothing happened. So I don't think you can only have one Braxton Hicks. They also tell you that by the 28 weeks mark that you could experience leaky boobs, So far, nothing. I even pressed my nipples a little bit just to see if something was coming out, some colostrum, something like that, but nothing. So I don't know, that worries me a little bit because it makes me ask myself, are you going to be able to breastfeed? And this is my goal. I truly, you know, I am looking forward to it, to give my baby the best nutrition that is breast milk. And I plan on, you know, breastfeeding for as long as my body allows me to, you know, as long as the baby needs it. The optimum, the maximum would be a year for me. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to it and really praying that some milk come through soon. Last but not least, for my 28 weeks of pregnancy, I had to do a 3-hour glucose test because my first test, I did not pass it. They put the highest score was 135. You know, that was the highest that you could go. And on 135, I did 154, the 1-hour test. So that wasn't good. So I did the 3-hour test and I passed, and I am so relieved. If you see me looking down every once in a while, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Moving on to my 29 weeks of pregnancy. According to, depending on which pregnancy app that you're using, the baby is the size of an acorn squash or a cabbage at 29 weeks. What happened during the 29 weeks? During the 29 weeks, my highlight was seeing my baby after I had seen him the last time I was 24 weeks. So 5 weeks later, here I am looking at him, and I was wowed to see the, like, oh my god, like the difference between the 3D that I had when I was 24 weeks and the 3D that I now have, you know, of when he reached 29 weeks. So if you want to see what the baby looked like at 24 weeks, I will leave a link up there for you to click on, and you can actually browse through until you take a look at the 3D picture of him at 6 months. Well, yes, 6 months. So 29 weeks, you know, the kicks continues, of course. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fetal movement, and I'm not complaining. I love every second of it, like I usually tell you guys. Everything was going well up until I got pretty sick from my husband. He got the flu somehow, a very nasty flu, and you know, and a combination of cold. I don't know what it was, but it was also like a very bad cough, like a pneumonia cough or something like that. So that week, for the 29th week, I did have an appointment at my doctor. And once I got there, the lady's like, because she saw me, you know, she you know, when you're sick, how your voice is kind of raspy and stuff like that. So I was, the receptionist, the nurse receptionist saw me and told me, oh, you should have called prior to coming. And I'm like, well, I never come if I have an appointment, you know. If you give me an appointment, I just come. And it's not like I knew. And I feel like she was kind of rude to me, whatever. And, you know, keeping her distance. Like, she was very dramatic. Like, she has a window and I'm not even like in her face. I was like at least a good 3 feet, you know, away from her window, from her desk. And anyways, let me not get into that. But bottom line is, they did not see me that day. They sent me home with a prescription of Robitussin plus codeine and Tamiflu. Once I reached the nearest CVS, the pharmacist, she was like, listen, the Robitussin with the codeine is category C. And truthfully, if you can drink some tea and do other natural stuff, I personally would not recommend you. to join that. So I went with her advice because first of all, she's a woman, she's a mother, and I felt a lot more comfortable. Not that I don't respect my doctor's, you know, orders and stuff like that, but I felt a lot more comfortable with that. So what I did, I drank tons and tons and tons of, you know, tea with organic honey and lemon. And I also do, because garlic is one of the best natural antibiotics, so every day I'll eat a clove or garlic for like about a week is what has been helping me. The tea, honey, tea and lemon, and the garlic. I'm sure that you're very curious to see what does the baby look like. Well, there he is. If I do another ultrasound session, definitely you guys will see a baby picture of him. But here's my baby. Here's my baby. Can you see how cute he is? Does he look like me? You guys let me know. Oh, boys. I love him so much. My little baby. I watch the old 15 minutes ultrasound session almost every day just to look at his face, his look, you know, facial expression, you name it. So I am in love. I feel blessed and blessed and blessed. Moving on to my 38th week, guys. This is major. I mean, all glory to God. Like this, to me, this is major, 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 major. My milestones, my main milestones were 12 weeks. Of course, you know, being 3 months pregnant. Passing the amount of weeks of passing 8 weeks, which is the amount of weeks that I lost my that I had a miscarriage in 2014. Passing 20 weeks, which is when I lost the triplets in 2013. Passing 24 weeks, meaning, you know, I am 6 whole months pregnant. Passing 28 weeks, meaning that the baby's lungs, okay, are, you know, developed, are good, you know, it's producing surfactant, you know, that will help him breathe as it comes out. So I was like, you know, happy, okay, now your lungs are, you know, producing, you know, that necessary substance for you to survive. So that was major for me. And now that I passed the 30-week mark, I feel like that's it, you know, I'm invincible. Now I'm not gonna, nothing is gonna stop that pregnancy. That's how I felt once I reached 30 weeks. 30 weeks for me equals to, let me tell you what equals to me. And I did post a picture on my Instagram page with this caption. 30 weeks for me equals to faith. A lot of faith, a lot of prayers. Weekly 17p shots, progesterone shots, as they call it, plus the cerclage. That equals my 30 weeks, okay? My 30 weeks. And for that, I am forever grateful. Forever, forever, forever grateful. 30 weeks also marked for me the fact that out of 20 weeks of weekly progesterone shots, I now was left with 5 weeks only. And to me, that's major, because every week, every time that my husband has to give me that shot, I am like livid. Like I am in tears, because I hate the needle, you know. And sometimes, you know, most of the time, because I warm up the progesterone oil, it hurts less. But other times, I don't know if it's the position of my husband's hand, whatever, sometimes he moves his hand while he's doing it. So it really burns, you know. And naturally, this progesterone in oil burns. By 30 weeks, the baby is supposed to be the size of a cucumber or a large butternut squash. Not sure how accurate that is, but according to the pregnancy apps, this is what they say. And it of course depends on your baby, because this is a more of an average, and that's why they measure it this way. Of course, there are babies who are a lot heavier than that, and or a lot smaller than that. So this is a medium, a range that they gave based on all the pregnancies. So by 30, I don't know if you guys remember, like back a few weeks ago, I was talking about body odor, you know, strong smell and vaginal, you know, smell. And one thing that I did and that really worked, it's increase my water intake. Guys, I cannot even emphasize on that. It is true. It is the best thing that you could do. Increase your water intake. It does work. First of all, it works for my skin because I had like tons and tons and tons of acne, and it cleared that up for me. So I barely have like 1 or 2 pimples, but that's about it. So I've been drinking a lot of water. And of course, I almost eliminated, like I'm down to like probably like 1 piece of cheese, probably once a week, or not even. But I completely eliminated dairy, because I realized that as I consumed a lot of dairy as I used to do, the body odor was stronger, and it just makes sense. I'm not gonna go into details, but you can research it. You know, dairy during pregnancy, of course, is good for you, but it can also accentuate that, you know, body odor and the vaginal odor, you know, and stuff like that. It does affect it. So do a little research. That's a little homework for you to do. Moving on to 31 weeks of pregnancy. The baby is the size of a pineapple. What does it mean when you're 31 weeks pregnant? Well, to me, it means that from now on, I am counting, and for many other women, and from all of you women who are pregnant, it means that from now on, you are counting in single digits. The downside for me during that week was the fact that, and still is the fact that, my husband hasn't taken the time to put up the furnitures. And that really bugs me. Like, you know, besides a lot of things that are causing me anxiety, you know, the fact that, you know, I'm going to be a first-time mom, aside from being a mother to my baby angels, it really bugs me, the fact that the room is not done. I'm sorry, I'm looking here because the room is in that direction. But it really bugs me that the room is not done yet. Like, I have gathered, like, the room is filled with baby products and, you know, clothes and stuff, but nothing has been done yet. As of the 31st week, another thing that it implies for me, in my case, I am actually 4 weeks away. By 31st week, it means that I am 4 weeks away from my cerclage removal, because they will remove from me the cerclage. I'm sorry, 5 weeks away from the cerclage removal. They will remove it from me at 36 weeks, meaning that once they take it out, anything can happen. Another physical highlight for the 31st week of pregnancy is my belly being very itchy. Like, it's still today, like, it's very itchy. Like, every day I have to scratch. Like, I try not to scratch it directly on my skin, just, you know, scratch it over my clothes, because I'm afraid that, you know, if I scratch it directly on my skin, I'm gonna probably, you know, create some scars that are not necessary. The only scars that I agree to have are my stretch marks, or these are the only things that I agree to have, but I don't want to have any, like, you know, blister or whatever on my belly because I'm scratching so much. Also, by the 31st week, I did receive my breast pump through my insurance, and I did order the most not the most basic, but a basic electric pump, and it's from Medela, and it was free, so I'm happy. This is the box. This is the box, and it comes pretty much it comes with those two bottles, the pump that you attach to there, the tubes that you attach to these bottles that pulls out the milk, and of course the electrical pump itself. So my battery is dying. You guys can always look it up, you know, it's on medela.com, and you can look it up. You know, they're the machine that you get through your insurance. This is the most basic one that they give you. my 32 weeks. 32 weeks means I am 8 months, okay? As of today, I am 32 weeks and 5 days. On Thursday, I will be 33 weeks. So let's talk about my 32 weeks. My 32 weeks, okay? The baby is the size of a honeydew or a squash, depending, of course, on the pregnancy app that you're using. One of the highlights of my 32nd week is that for the first time I did witness baby hiccups. And another thing also that was kind of another physical highlight for me was the fact that it's my belly button that is hurting. And I consulted with other women, pregnant women, and it's normal. You know, I googled it and it's normal. I guess it's the belly stretching and stuff like that, but I'm really hoping that it will not develop into a umbilical hernia. And I'm really praying for that, but it does hurt. I'm guessing it's the belly stretching, you know, the baby pushing against it and stuff like that. Another physical thing for me was and still is my nipples. As soon as I started my 32nd week, my nipples started to hurt really bad, really bad. This is the little bottle, okay? This is the little vial. This is what I take every week with these nasty, you know, syringes. Oh my god. Anyways, let me stop being dramatic. So I only have 3 left. 1, 2, 3, and today I'm gonna take 1, so I'm gonna have 2 left. I am beyond happy. This is this is me. This is the belly from the side, from the front, the other side. Okay, front, back up, side, the other side. Excuse my blue panty. There it is. Front, side. So you tell me now if it's huge or not. 32 weeks. Carrying this little one there. Thank you for watching me as usual. I will see you again next time. I'll see you again.